Kristian, Game of Thrones is your first major acting role, isn't it? How has it changed things for you?
It's been incredible, actually. I'm a huge sci-fi fan myself, so I can sort of understand the enthusiasm from all the fans. It's just given me such opportunities to meet like-minded people. I love how the show has affected people. People are very passionate about it, and I totally get that myself. It's such a great story.
And when did you think, when you were in the show, wow, we're onto something here, this is going to be really big?
Well, actually, after the audition, I didn't really appreciate how big it was going to be. It was my mother, who's a huge Game of Thrones fan, who told me it's the biggest sci-fi series ever. Wow. So get on to it. But obviously, the first day on set, I saw all the sort of sets and I saw how big the production was, and I knew then it was serious business. And I was very pleased.
You've got a great cast of characters for the show as well, because one of the things that sort of probably made it so successful, as well as the writing and the great books and everything, the costumes and the production values. Yeah. I mean, what's it like being with those guys on set? Well,
obviously being a first-time actor, it's a great way to pick up tips on the craft. There's so many great experienced British actors in that show. It's been an honour to work with them all, to be honest. So.
Tell me a little bit about working with the guys that you work in particular with, don't you? Because you've got Bran, one of them in particular, you carry around a lot, don't you?
Yeah, he's the monkey on my back. No, it's a lot of fun. Because it's such a huge production, literally you're sort of broke off into your own little world. And you become quite close to all the people you work with. Isaac and I will be very close. Natalia, now Thomas and Ellie have joined our little group. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It definitely feels like a little family.
Now, Hodor isn't exactly the most talkative character, is he? Now, what's that like as an actor? Is it quite a challenge to get the emotions across that you need to portray without having lots of dialogue to do it in?
Well, it's the only way to play Hodor really is you have to be real. There's no other way for me to convey that he's sad or happy, or I can't say that I'm happy, I'm sad. So I really have to feel that. But as I say, with all the sort of sets the HBO build and the sort of alternative realities, it's very easy to imagine it's actually happening.
Now, I know you haven't read the books, but obviously you do know what's happening.
I do know what's happening. Wikipedia.
Now, how did you get under the skin of his character?
Well, to me, I sort of just I think of him like a child. I don't think he's stupid, to be honest. I was quite a shy teenager and stuff, so it wasn't a million miles away from me to relate to. I think he just doesn't speak out of choice, in a way. Hopefully someday it'll come out why that word, but the word he says, it's not really his name. But yeah, it definitely pulled in personal experience for him.
I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, aren't there?
Yeah, lots.
Do you have favourite ones, or do you have your own one, maybe about Hodor or his background and what we can expect?
I'm almost afraid to say it because I don't want to put George off writing it. There's all sorts. There's that he's a lost Clegane brother. There's that he's the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Old Nan. There's this, what's the other one? That he's the great other. That he might even be the prince that was promised. Who knows? That probably none of these things. And knowing George R. Martin, he'd just be killed off and left dying in a ditch somewhere.
Now, if you did have to die in Game of Thrones, because there've been some spectacular deaths on there, and more to come. Yeah. How would you like to die? If you could choose anything, how would it be?
Well, I'd like to die fighting an army of White Walkers. Yeah, just sort of a huge action scene would be nice. I would enjoy that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, out of those theories that you mentioned, do you have a particular favourite one?
I like the Clegane brother one, to be honest. I don't want to give spoilers. Obviously, I'm being so careful not to give away spoilers. But obviously, if you know the story, Sandor's face was pushed into the fire by Gregor, and who's to say that he didn't do something to Hodor? He threw him out of a window, and that could be why he's slightly special, slightly brain damaged.
Oh, I'm liking that. Yeah.
That's a theory. I like the Targaryen one too, though. So I wouldn't mind a little pet dragon.
There's loads of interesting ways it could go, I think, don't you think?
But as I say, knowing my luck, it won't. So well, I'll be interested to see what happens.
Now, tell me a little bit about the atmosphere that you have on set, because obviously there's different sets, aren't there, in different places. You've got the Croatia, you've got Belfast and so on, different directors and stuff going on. What's it like?
Well, if it wasn't, it's all quite depressing, to be honest. Winterfell was always very grey and wet, and obviously it needs to be that way to come across on camera. But it makes it easy to be part of the story that way. They're so elaborate. It amazes me how different, like the way the show's patched together. One minute you're in the desert, the next minute you're in the frozen waste, and the next minute you're in sort of lush valleys and fields. But somehow it works. Somehow it all works together.
Now, if you could have anything happen to Hodor, what would you like to see happen?
I would like to see him on the Iron Throne.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm sure George can make it work somehow.
Do you think you'd need to be a bit more talkative if he was going to be on the
Or
throne?
that'd give me a huge payoff.
Well, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
You think you'd still be carrying around Bran at that point?
No, yeah, he'd be tossed to the side a long time ago.
Now, what are you most looking forward to with other storylines apart from Hodor and Bran's and so forth?
Let me think. There's so many. I really like following Arya's storyline. Like, she's one of my favourite characters, and obviously Maisie's amazing. She plays her so well. And also I love the interaction between Tyrion and Charles Dance, Tywin. I love their storyline and where it's going. I love the animosity between them. It's fantastic.
Very great. And Charles Dance, one of your favourite actors, I believe, as well.
That's the thing. I haven't actually met him yet. It's crazy. I've been on the show for 3 years now, and I haven't met all the cast. But it's just such a huge cast. I've been a fan of Charles since Alien 3, I believe. I love the Alien films, and he's such an amazing actor.
What is it that appeals to you about both him as an actor and his character as well?
I think Tywin's one of those characters that you love to hate, love to be intimidated by. He's such a, I was going to swear there, but he reminds me of like a headmaster you really hate, but somehow respect at the same time. Yeah. That sort of thing. I think I might have had a Tywin figure in my life at some stage that I can relate to.
Will you tell him that when you meet Charles?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll definitely tell him that.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Everyone loves Charles Dance in that role, don't they?
Yeah, I can't imagine him being played by anybody else. But I think that's the case with a lot of the casting. I think HBO really got it right, to be honest.
You see it going on for years and years. I mean, they're talking about now splitting them or doing it for the next season, aren't they? The books into two series, so it could go on for many years.
I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, to be honest. Obviously, we're only actors; we just do what we're told. But I don't know if the book is being split up into two distinct parts, or we'll have to see how it plays out. So.
And are you saying about being a fanboy yourself? I know you're a big fan of Thor, aren't you? Would you like to see yourself in that at some point? I mean, great, wouldn't it?
Well, there's so many characters in the Thor universe that I would love to play.
Who would you like to be?
Well, obviously I'm hopefully too young to play him, but I would love to have played Odin. That was amazing. But then again, you can't have anything better than Anthony Hopkins. How could you improve on that? I didn't think Volstagg was big enough. Yeah. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know the characters? Yeah. I thought should have been bigger. I could have done a better Volstagg.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah,
well,
challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Do it.
Yeah. So if you're listening, no, I'm only kidding. Obviously the guy was great, but I think from the comics he should have been twice the size.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we'd love to see that. Definitely.
Yeah, there's so many villains as well. If the series continues, who knows what will happen?
Many more to come. Yeah. Well, we're hoping for it as well. What about other things would you like to do as well after Game of Thrones, or while you're doing Game of Thrones and you've got time off?
Well, time off doesn't really happen that much. I've just done Ripper Street for the BBC. That's out. It's out in a few weeks actually. The episode I'm in. I've been auditioning for some really cool stuff, so we'll just have to see what happens.
And you like to kind of do a lot more kind of fantasy, sci-fi stuff, or a bit of anything?
No, obviously a bit of anything. It was nice to do the period stuff for Ripper Street. It was very different, but sci-fi and fantasy is definitely where my heart lies.
Cool, excellent.
but I'll do anything.
And have you found that, I mean, because obviously you're saying this is like your first major acting role, but you have been in the entertainment business for a good many years, haven't you, doing music and performances and stuff. Have you found that's helped at all with, you know, with your acting?
Yeah, well, I think, you have a zone, like a performance zone. For me, it's the same. It feels the same for me to sit down and play the piano or play the guitar or sing on stage or play Hodor or play a different role. It's all the same mental space for me.
And how do you kind of unwind after a long day on set playing Hodor?
Warcraft.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a huge Warcraft geek. Been playing it for years, and I waste far too much time there. So I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm not ashamed actually. I'm out and proud.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
loud and proud about Warcraft.
yeah, no, I spend far too much time there really. I'm going to do it right after this, actually.
Excellent. Well, we'll let you get away and do that now. It's lovely to speak to you, Kristian, and lots of luck with the new season. Not that you need it, because everyone loves it, and lots of luck with future roles as well.
Thank you very much.